It was a very interesting moment yesterday, being the 10th of July 2023. Afe Babalola celebrated 60 years he has been called to bar. I'm talking about 60 years. This is very interesting. However, yesterday, people present were the former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, the senior advocate of Nigeria and human rights activist, Femi Fadana, Bishop Hassan Kuka, among other dignitaries who are outspoken, who have been speaking up against impunity in Nigeria. Now, this celebration is targeted on constitutional reforms in Nigeria. I think Afe Babalola is one of the oldest legal practitioners in Nigeria today. So, in his speech, he said that the sitting judges should not partake or sit for the election petition tribunal, that it should be left for the retired judges. It was an interesting moment. Take your time and watch this video to the end.
Recorded one, and the history to be written in the future. I stand on the existing protocol, but permit me to especially thank a number of people, even though I'm thanking everybody generally. I'm in particular grateful to God, who has made it possible for me to traverse the universe. I've gone around the world. I knew what poverty was. I conquered poverty. And through God, I've invested in education, because education is power. Without the power of education, I won't be what I am today. When I studied privately and obtained the BS Economics of London University privately, I had the opportunity to serve in civil service. At that time, the white men were the permanent secretaries in Western region. He called me into his office. He said, the land that you passed the BS Economics of London University at home. At that time, there was no economics in the university. The only university we had, which was University of Ibadan. I said, yes. And I gave him my result. He said, congratulations. We are going to promote you to the position of Senior Assistant Secretary, which at that time was equivalent to that of district officers, manned usually by white men alone. My answer was, no, sir. He said, why? I want to study law. The man looked at me. But to study privately for the first degree, yes. Want to start all over again? Yes. Say good luck to you. But if you pass your LLB and BL and come to the civil service for employment, we won't employ you again because you have been signed once. So don't worry, sir. I will never come back to the civil service. That's how I left. And privately, I studied for my law degree of London University and with honors. Today we have representatives of London University here. Please stand up for recognition. Representatives of London University, stand up for recognition. Please give them a round of applause. That's not loud enough, please. Thank you for coming to Nigeria. Thank you for witnessing this event. Thank you for what you have done in my life. God bless you. Sit down. I have with me here a man who made it possible for me to take interest in establishing a university. I was very, very successful in my law practice, working for the biggest oil companies in the country, making a lot of money, charging only dollars. I didn't charge naira. So he invited me to come and become a minister. He called me to a corner, a special room. I told him, I don't want to leave my private practice. He persuaded me. I said, no, sir. But he loved me so much. He respected me so much that he now called on me and said, look, let me have one of your juniors to be a minister. That was how I recommended Olujimi, who told just now, to become a minister. And the man who made that possible also asked me later to take over the position of the Pro-Chancellor of the University of Lagos because there was corruption there. I agreed on condition that I would not collect the usual salary or allowances paid to pro-chancellors. He said, that's your business. If you don't want to take money, good luck to you, but help us. I agreed. I was there for about 7 years. And I brought in my clients, Julius Bajard and so on, third rules, and put up my own structure, and so on and so forth. It was there I knew, with my eyes open, the problems we have in this country in education. It was there I knew why people, graduates from public universities, were not employed by my clients. They share this and that. They prefer people who trained overseas. That man is here today. He was a man who, when he became president, saw that we are deep in debt. And he went around the world for 2 years, begging those we owed money to forgive us or reduce the amount, the debt. He succeeded, and Nigeria became a strong country financially. That man is here today, and I will ask him to please stand up for special recognition and thank you. President Obasanjo, please stand up. President Obasanjo, stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up. Face the people. Face the people, not face me. Face them. Please give me a round of applause. Thank you. God bless. God bless you, sir. You can go back to your seat. Indeed, I thank everybody here. There's nobody who is not important. You're all important. I knew what we went through to get to this place. The roads are bad. I'm aware of it. There's no airport. I'm aware of it. But I have got in touch with the new governor of this state. And the new governor is here with me. Since I started this university, there is no governor that has sat with us throughout our ceremony. Please stand up for recognition, sir. Thank you. You saw him when he said, I'm his father. You saw him when he said that he was a secretary carrying my bag when we were fighting for the state. Apparently, he too is not happy with the state of the economy of the state. I have spoken to him, and I want to divulge a secret. Please listen. I told him, like I said when I wanted to start this university, that an airport is necessary to develop any place. Go through Europe and North America and so on. Have planes from place to place because it's very safe. When I wanted to start this university, Governor Oni, I hope he's still around. Are you here? Governor Oni is gone. Oh, come out. Stand there then. Give me a round of applause, please. Oh, I'm blessed for your coming to see the ceremony. It was a white woman, a West Indian, who came to me at Ibadan. She asked me to please build a special library for her in a village called Ayidepo, 9 miles from Ibadan. And I did. Then she invited the governor of your state and important people to the commissioning. As I said, the road is about 9 miles untarred. The community leader then asked me if I could build a university in that place for the library. And the community said they were going to give me land. The governor stood up and said, we will give you light, we will give you road, we will give you water. The following day, this newspaper in Nigeria carried the news. Afe Babalola University will start at Ayidepo next year. He was the governor of the state then. He saw the newspapers. He bought them, rushed to Ibadan. Oga, he said, yes. You want to build a university in Ibadan? I told him the facts. Even though he was governor, he prostrated. He said, sir, please bring it to Ado Ekiti. I said, will you be able to comply with the conditions given to me by the governor? Road, water, electricity. Of course, there was airport at Ibadan. Said yes. He left. I didn't want to do it. Then he went to His Royal Highness, the way of Ado Ekiti, I think he's still there too, to appeal to him, to beg me. They all came to Ibadan again. They repeated the same request. I said I had, but I didn't consent. Then they went to my mother. It was too much for me. I agreed to bring this university to this place because of this man and because of this. Not done. He went to President Jonathan, who was then the president of this country, and told him he needed an airport in Ado Ekiti. The president agreed, but he said he was going to create 4 airports. One in his hometown, one in Ado Ekiti, one in Rivers, and one in the north. Ladies and gentlemen, all the other 3 are working today. What happened to the one promised to Ado Ekiti? The president immediately released about 680 million to start the airport here. Unfortunately, had an election petition filed against him by Dr. Fayemi, and the result came out, he lost. That one took over. That new governor now said, airport is not my priority. And that's how we lost that chance. Please give me a round of applause for everything. Thank you. That is why up to today, you can go to your seat. We still do not have an airport. But in view of my new governor, who is here, and what I told him, Your Excellency, President Obasanjo, you are listening to me. I've decided to support the government financially to ensure that the airport, which was half done, will be operational within the next few months by the grace of God. You have been here for a long time. I thank you very much. I have a speech that I'm not going to deliver in a speech anymore, except to say that this country is not the same country when I studied law and when I came back and practiced law. The judiciary of which I met then is not the same judiciary. And therefore, we won't go through details, but I have some suggestions which I think anybody would agree with me are necessary for today. First, I do not agree that the subject is imperative. The future of constitutional democracy in Nigeria imperative of a new constitutional order. We do not a new constitutional order. No. It is true that people who make government are the people who run the government. But it's also true that you cannot have a constitution which can be run by even an angel when that constitution is for a country of nations. Nigeria is not one country. It's a country of more than 300 nations and tribes. You need a new constitution which will allow each part to develop at its own rate. And at the same time, a nation will now evolve from that constitution. If a Niger comes to this country today, it cannot run this country well because of the constitution we have, which allows certain nations to rule the country. It's not possible. So my own suggestion is that we need a new constitution immediately, and that constitution must be similar to the one which the leaders, in their own wisdom, after 10 years of deliberation in London, agreed to, which was a true federal constitution with regional bias. When Western region had its own embassy in London, its own constitution, Eastern region had its own constitution, there's embassy in London, the same thing in North. We were developing well. Western region was doing very well, but for the military intervention, we were caught up with England today. As I said, we do not need a constitutional order, but a new constitution. And finally, I want to speak about my own profession, the judiciary. Our judiciary today needs a total overhaul. And you cannot do it without a new constitution. I have about 3 cases myself filed in respect of matters arising from the university. Do you know for the past 4 years, these cases have been on. We have some judges here. The High Court has not been able to sit for many months. Why? Because they are handling what they call election petitions. Election petitions will not be handled by sitting judges. They should be decided only by committee set up consisting of senior advocates and retired judges. In that case, the regular court will not close down. That's my first observation. Second observation, of course, is remuneration of judges. No senior advocate who is worth a thought, who is making money the way I did, want to go and apply to become a judge. For what? What the judges in Nigeria earn, Spartans, compared with others and overseas. There is urgent need under the new constitution to improve their salaries of judges. Thirdly, admission to law is important because it is the type of student who admit to the university that will train out and become lawyers. In many countries in the world, study of law is restricted to only those who have obtained a degree in the liberal subject. My advice is that henceforth, under the new constitution, in the case of law degrees, nobody should be allowed to study law in any university unless he has a degree in a liberal subject. Then, in this country today, if you have a case in Supreme Court, they last you 8 years before you get to judgment. High Court, even more. In the case of Supreme Court, we should adopt what we were doing before. The Supreme Court used to go around the regions. And I will also suggest that the same thing should be done by Supreme Court now. When they go around, every month they go around whatever, they will clear all the backlog cases. But right now, litigants are totally dissatisfied with our court system. And this is one of the causes of poverty among lawyers now. Law profession is not one for beggars. It's not a profession for wretched people. What attracted me to law was the fact that the lawyers at that time were the people who were riding the best cars, were most dignified people, and when you saw a lawyer, you would off your heart for him. I'm proud of law, but we need to do a lot of reform in our law system. Once more, let me tell you, we have food ready for you. And in the evening, by the grace of God, at about 7:30, we will have on the bandstand here the most illustrious, the most resourceful singer and player. I want to come and join us. We will dance to appreciate what God has done for me and for you. God bless you all. Safe journey back home. And before I leave, I hope you appreciate me. Nigeria is big, it can be great. Don't do so. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sowọ́pọ̀.
Olúwa dá bàbá sí fún wa. Olúwa dá bàbá sí fún wa. Bàbá o, bàbá o, bàbá o.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Audio